Hello everybody, Snek here. Today I'll be showing you how to set up any percent, current patch, risk of rain to speedrunning. So I have a link in the description that will lead you to this page that I'm on right now. Download it and open it, extract it. Now when that's extracted, open it up, open up the profile. And then there's two files in here. There's a profile and there is a config file. From here, you want to open up another file. You want to open up your local disk. You want to route to where you have your Steam installed. Open it. User data. Open your user code. And then here there's a bunch of numbers. Don't panic. There's one that says 632360. The last number will change based off of your version. I know it can be 6.1 at the end, 6.3. It depends on the version that you're playing on. Open that file up, and then remote user profiles, and simply you just want to drag this file in here. That's your profile that you'll be using to speedrun. One thing you have to make sure you do is click on this properties and then set this on read only. This will make sure that none of the contents of this profile change, because if it changes, then some of the pods are gonna have equipment in it, and it's just gonna make a bunch of your runs way more RNG based. After that, you can close that, open Steam, click on the cogwheel, click manage, and browse local files, or you can just go to properties and then under installed files, you can just browse. Regardless, you can just open up that folder, risk of rain 2 _ data, and then under config, open that, and all you have to do is drag the downloaded config file pod right in there. In order to use the profile and pod config folder correctly, you need to have R2 Modman installed. There's a link in the description to download it. Just download it, open it up, and search for risk of rain 2. I like to start it, set it as default, select your platform. Okay, and then in the description you'll see that there's a code as well. You could just import new profile from code and then put the code in that's in the description. It's also on screen right now. You can pause, put it in. If you don't want to put that code in, just click create new. Just type the profile like a profile name. I'm just gonna name this one practice because we're gonna be practicing the moon. Then you open it by selecting the profile, click online. There's two mods we need. We need this top mod, Beppin X Pack. Download it with the dependencies, and then search debug toolkit. It should show up at the very top. You want to download it with dependencies. Make sure you get the latest version. It doesn't really matter, but I like to do it just in case. And now you have all of the mods installed that you'll need. You can start modded, and there'll pop up a console. You don't really need to pay attention to this. It'll just say loading. It's mainly for when you make mod packs, but you can close out of this. Alright, now that we're in, you can just go to single player. Personally, I like to just set everything that I would have in a normal speedrun, which would be these 4 artifacts: Command, Delusion, Enigma, and Glass. And on Drizzle, with the expansions turned off, the loadout is on screen, on loader, and to access the pod config file, all you have to do is hit Control, Alt, Engrave. Once you did that, you can just type execute pod. Now once you hit enter, you should load in. You should get the achievement Moon Worshipper. That's okay as long as you set your profile to read only. And you should have all the items at the very top of the screen and the volcanic egg at the bottom right. You should be on the moon. If you did anything wrong, go back and check or comment down below. I'll see if I can help. But now that we are on the moon, I can now teach you how loader movement works. So loader movement is mainly grapple based, but there's also some points where you can use this little pylon. So the way that loader works is you can grapple and you'll go to wherever you grappled. But there are two types of grapples. There's strafe grapples, and then there's just the direct grapple where you're not moving. You can also alter your grapple by flicking your mouse. It's very apparent when you go like this and you flick up to keep your height, or even go up with it. Another part to Loader's movement kit is his shift. His shift doesn't seem that good, but when you charge it, he can go pretty far. But when you combine it with the grapple, you move incredibly far because you maintain the momentum of your grapple. So you can do a kind of combination of the two when you're moving around, especially when you have the 4 purities and the backup mag. Flicking your camera is the most important thing I can say about loader movement. Camera movement is so essential that even right here, you need to flick your camera up to just go up these stairs without bumping into it. Loader's movement is so incredibly broken that you can phase skip without a headset. Let me show you how. Alright, so I'm gonna recap this. So we throw a pylon, we charge our punch, and we grab onto the pylon. We grab the floor just for that extra bit of distance. We grab onto the stairs. We punch as soon as we let go of the grapple, just so we make it to the top of the stairs. And then we grapple again because all our grapples are recharged. We grab the ceiling with a flick of the camera. We do the same thing again. I missed there, but it's okay because I'm still moving super fast because of these flicks. I flick again. These flicks make sure I maintain the center height that I'm at. I do another flick. I do another flick so the grapple doesn't pull me to the ground. I do another flick, hit the thing. I didn't jump. I just let my body ram into it. And I don't know if jumping helps or not. I can't remember if it does. But we have a charge ready to let go. So we can launch up to the top. You can usually get better launches than this. This is kind of average. Sometimes you launch further and then you can just grapple onto the bits that hold up the Coliseum. But I charge up here, I grapple to the side, and I launch in. That's how I do it in most of my runs. So now, I'll show you how we do the Mithrix Fight. I want to talk about this a little bit. Here I try to line myself in the very middle of this line so I get the perfect attack. This is so I can just hit him without having to walk, but he's supposed to do a slow walk. But I still line myself properly, hit that guy, and I have to make sure I'm staying near the inside because I don't want the little ball guys to spawn, and that increases the health bar. But I did it quick enough. I'm going to grapple so I can get a little launch attack. And right as I launch, I hit my shift and I hold my shift while I'm in my volcanic egg. So when I'm out, I can grapple down and be quick. And as you saw, I literally just pinched myself between the stairs and it clipped. One final note is there is a phase lock. Here I use my bands, which is okay. But it just means that you have to time Mithrix with the band cooldown. So sometimes you can get a bad phase skip. But here, I want to slow this down so you guys can see this better. I go directly into the in-between part of the stairs, and I detonate, and then I clip. I have a loader pod guide on speedrun.com if you want to read everything I just taught about in this video and more. There's stuff like items that I didn't mention, strategy, stages. So if you want to actually do runs and not just practice the moon, I highly recommend going here and reading all of this. It'll be quick, and I promise there's something that you'll find that I didn't talk about in this video that is just so important. So please, if you like this video, like it. If it helped, comment down below, and I'd like to see your times on the speedrun leaderboards. Bye guys.